Great
he was something else.
irony, JP, the great irony about Alonso, and he admits this himself, is that he says, I probably am not the fastest over one lap. My big day is Sunday. And to go back to your point about talent, surely that is manifested most on a Saturday, that feel for grip over one lap in qualifying. You know, we think of Senna's 1988 pole lap at Monaco, where he was 1.5 seconds faster than Prost. And yet we're eulogizing about Alonso, whose speciality was 56 laps on a Sunday.
Yeah, but he's not bad on a Saturday, is he? He's maybe not the absolute fastest there's ever been, but he's not far away. And then when you do think racecraft, you think it's kind of judgment. These are like split-second judgment decisions. When you're coming into a corner, you're in the slipstream of the car ahead, and you're thinking, can I, can't I? If you dither in those moments, you get it wrong, you crash. You have to be clinical, and you just have to have that clarity of thought. And maybe it's back to your intelligence and having that in the car, which I think he's got an abundance of. Also, reactions, something else. Just plain and simple. His starts, his ability to catch moments. You might feel the grip, but you've got to then react as quick as possible, and moving scenarios as well. When you look at even Colapinto, that start in Melbourne when he almost rear-ended Liam Lawson, having those reactions is got to be right up there as well.
We've mentioned Schumacher, we've mentioned Senna, we've mentioned Prost, Alonso, Hamilton, Verstappen, Norris. One driver, please, from each of you. What is the closest we've got to the perfect driver? It can be past or present.
Fernando Alonso, in those Ferrari years, is for me the closest we've had to perfection. Especially 2012, when he nearly won the title. But that was when I thought he is ticking all of these boxes, the consistency of it as well. It's not necessarily, I mean, he's obviously not had the more than the two-time world championships, and things have gone away from him, and he's not necessarily been a galvanizing force all the time. But in that window, I thought at Ferrari, that is just such a brilliant all-round picture of a Formula One driver, I think.
That's a tough one to answer, TC. That's a pretty brutal question. That's a really good response, though. Alonso in the Ferrari years, I think, is right there. I think Vettel in the Red Bull years is pretty close as well, because I know the car had its advantages, but you think back to how they finished off 09, and then the subsequent championships. You mentioned the point, JP, about his way to kind of the way he rallies the team and was a team leader.